I'll stay west of 35, lanes 12.
And Hawaii 272 traffic is a Airvan departing off of runway 3 minute. What's your course?
I'll be looking for Hawaii 272.
All right, everybody, here we go. Up to the main port of the island here. Now Wili Wili Harbor, that's where the big boats come in. Barges and cruise ships, and a nice view of Kalapaki Beach below us. Some calm water, popular Duke's restaurant out there. And then you can see the river up in the corner of the harbor. That's the same river again called Huleia River. That's the same one where Indiana Jones flew away from those guys chasing him in the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark. We have more than 100 movies and TV shows filmed on this island. We'll see a variety of those spots. Beautiful ridge area to start out. This one's called Haupu Ridge, meaning happy memories in Hawaiian. Yeah, and a great area most people don't really get to see, in fact, for a couple of reasons. The helicopters fly a shorter route west of the airport, so they don't see this side or the south shore normally, and it's all private property belonging to the descendants of a guy named William Hyde Rice. If you ever saw a movie called The Descendants, that one was loosely based on this family here. This bigger beach in the bay is called Kipukai. That's where they landed the airplane in the movie 6 Days, 7 Nights. And the second Jurassic Park. A little girl found some small dinosaurs on that beach right in the beginning of the movie. Which didn't turn out so well for her in that one, but part of the first 4 Jurassic Parks were filmed somewhere on the island.
My solo will be going feature at Mahalo Pool, climbing through 1.6.
More nice beaches below, off to our left side as well. You can get out here from the South Shore. Park at CJM Stables. They do some horseback riding tours kind of all over this area. Boat ride style bumps, just the wind over the ridge there, but really great view from this Mahalepu beach to our left. Back at that mountain we just passed. And otherwise quite a lot of agriculture. Used to be sugarcane fields all below us, but nowadays again cattle grazing. You can see some cornfields below us that are rented out by various seed corn companies that are growing the corn for research purposes. As with the climate of Kauai here, they can grow 4 crops of corn in 1 year.
Over Mike Res, Money.
Down on the south shore of the island, the sunny Poipu area. This is Shipwreck Beach to our left with the green-roofed Grand Hyatt behind it. That's the biggest resort on Kauai. Yeah, and a beautiful beach, but pretty rough water. Kind of more of a surfing beach than swimming.
Like full beaching out over Makawena, 2000. I got you, Josh.
Back, I got you back. Up right side on this flight, by the way.
Right on.
I can see the Poipu Beach Park back to our right. 3 beaches in the park. The one that looks like it has a little island off of it. Poipu or Waiahai, typically great snorkeling. A great beach to see wildlife, especially sea turtles. They'll actually sleep on that beach overnight. So if you go at sunset, you can watch them climb up there. Sometimes you might see 20 or 30 turtles.
Blue 51, 3 tunnels. Dash 15, there was no...
Again, no private beaches in Hawaii. Pretty easy to get to the South Shore ones. And a great feature of Kauai, nice that there are very few places still you need to pay for parking, especially to go out to a beach. So one less thing you got to worry about that way. Cutting on shore in a moment, but just before we do, another beach in the bay. That's called Lauai Bay Allerton Botanical Gardens. Go up along that river in the valley, which you can take tours of. That's where you'd find those trees that had the big white roots where they found the dinosaur eggs back in the first Jurassic Park movie.
On 8 over Nula, we'll be offshore for Honopu. I got Jack.
Blue 51, on up there for the rest.
On a white sandy beach.
We're now over top of the big coffee farm. This all belongs to the Kauai Coffee Company. Not as world famous as Kona coffee from over there on the Big Island. However, Kona is many smaller farms. Whereas this is one huge plantation. 4 million coffee trees. They have 3,100 acres, so way ahead of us. And they look more like bushes, but technically a tree. Each one produces about 1 pound of coffee per year.
Point Phil, South Kauai, VOA.
Rocks me all night long. hot long summer days, lying there in the sun on a white sandy beach of Hawaii.
The coffee keeps going out to our left side as well. Along this curve in the road below us is the visitor center. If you want to go take a free tour of the coffee, get a bunch of free samples at the gift shop. While the bay beyond the farm is Port Allen, that's where most of those larger catamaran style boat tours leave from. That would certainly take you up to Na Pali Coast.
Oh, last night in my dreams, I saw your face again. We were there in the sun on a white sandy beach.
Mike, hold on, I'll pick the lookout upstream. Batch 2 at the VOR, 3-2.
We just crossed over the main highway. It makes a big letter C shape around the perimeter of the island. No roads are going across the Na Pali Coast, that is. Yeah, and really no paved roads go much to the middle either. They say about 82% of Kauai is still uninhabited today. So really of all the islands, you have to fly this one. There's certainly a lot you won't be able to see otherwise.
Ai makalai au ke kaha o ia kai hua na mali lili lili ho I lili holo holo kaha kai e o ia kai hua na mali lili holo holo kaha kai e o ia kai hua na mali.
See how green everything gets towards the middle. The island gets so much rainier up towards Waimea mountain ahead. That's one of the rainiest places on Earth, averaging almost 500 inches of rain throughout the year. That is why it's almost always cloudy. If you're up around sunrise, that would be your best chance to see it clear, but even then you have to get a bit lucky.
Alexander, 3.5.
We're about to fly west over this big green valley here. This one's called the Hanalei Valley. And all of Hanalei, privately owned by the Robinson family. They own about 20% of the whole island. Famously own the island of Niihau offshore to the west as well. But fly across it, you'll see some waterfalls upslope, only visible by air, including a 400-footer down by the river on the right called Mana Vaiopuna Falls. That's the one more famously known as Jurassic Falls. They landed the helicopter back in the first Jurassic Park. see waterfalls and kind of all over the island. There's no way to hike in here since it's private. But see some changes in the scenery to the west as well. The island gets much drier ahead of us, so you see more yellowish grass, especially down towards the ocean. Still big valleys carved out by all the rain off the top of the mountain. Beautiful Olokele Canyon below us. This is all still Robinson family land, all the way to the back of it. So it's looking a lot like the Waimea Canyon. However, Waimea is still a few miles ahead of us yet.
Kelly at 4.
Again, pretty rugged. Appreciate why there are no roads across the middle, where the island does flatten out on top. That whole plateau area among the forest is called the Alakai Swamp. It's a swamp on top of a mountain. Pretty unique. That's where a lot of the waterfalls come from. Yeah, and then it's home to some of the rarest plants and rarest birds on Earth. So I love to hike up there on occasion, try to get pictures of the birds, but you don't come up from the private land. You got to go up the Waimea Canyon Road, around the canyon to the end of the road.
Southeast Waimea for Waimea line 4.6 kilometers.
Into Waimea Canyon, again nicknamed the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. This first narrow valley below is called Waialae Valley, with Waialae waterfalls tucked in the back of it.
Clear 51, upper Mike.
Door Waimea number 246.
Gorgeous everywhere you look. Some areas of the canyon here is almost 3,700 feet deep. Yeah, and so many colors. Those horizontal lines in the rock, various lava flows that stacked on top of each other long ago when Kauai was still an active volcano. Certainly these days, the only volcanic activity in Hawaii over there on the Big Island.
In the state of Hawaii, this one's for Miloli and his people. Meke aloha kumehana, Barayis.
definitely one of the best parts of visiting Kauai. Driving the road up the canyon just ahead. We'll fly up over it here in a moment. Paved all the way with, again, lots of lookouts and hiking trails. Definitely worth it if you do have the time.
Right 12 upper Mike 5.1.
Oh, there goes the road below us. So you can see it gets right out to the edge. It's not a very difficult drive, just a bit windy. And about halfway up the road, you tend to lose cell phone service, so you won't get lost. But if you did need specific hiking trail directions, be sure and look that up early on.
Yep, Mike right 36048.
Back down to our left side, the southwest corner of the island. That's the largest beach in Hawaii, known as Hanalei, about 17 miles long. Most of it accessible, some of it closed off to a military base. But you can also see the larger island offshore. That's called Ni'ihau. Briefly mentioned, that's entirely owned by the same Robinson family. So to go set foot at Ni'ihau, you really have to pay the Robinsons for an expansive helicopter tour. Continue towards the ocean, right over these cliffs ahead, and some areas more than 4,000 feet tall. Now this will slowly be giving way to what you could think of as the crown jewel of Kauai, our world-famous Na Pali Coast. These very first cliffs near Nuololo, just over 2,000 feet high.
Mike 12 coming over Nuololo 4.4 descending.
Maybe 10 behind 2,000.
Na Pali Coast here. Na Pali just means the cliffs. Carved out, visible by air, by boat, or partial views from a few hiking trails. And we'll do some scenic turns ahead, but a little wider view to start out. As the entire Na Pali is about 16 miles long.
You caught Chris by surprise on power today with the blue.
Oh, yeah?
That's what it sounded like.
big turn off of this Kalalau Valley, largest valley on the coast. At the end of Waimea Canyon Road, you'd be standing on top of the valley. And in the back there, about 4,200 feet high.
Mike, hold off radio, right 183.2.
All these sharp spikes on the rock back on our left, the famous Na Pali Coast cathedrals. Easily some of the most dramatic terrain in all of Hawaii. And below them is Kalalau Beach. That's the end of the Kalalau Trail, which is more than 11 miles each way up the coast behind us.
Offshore the cathedral is too late.
Yeah, then this double-looking Honopu Beach to our left. That one, as we get some angles on it, you'll see there's a tunnel through the rock. I'd be the first to see it, Charles, down by that little waterfall. The Honopu Sea Arch, it's sometimes called. Back for a movie called Acapulco Gold, they flew a helicopter through that. Quite the story. But again, you have to swim to that beach because the ancient Hawaiians would bury their royalty in the cliffs behind it. Why, again, you can't normally land a kayak or a surfboard on it. On the Nuololokai Beach here with that big reef off of it. That's where a lot of the boat tours stop for their snorkeling. Yeah, and some tours have you go on shore to see what's left of an ancient fishing village. That's what that walking trail to the beach is for.
Mike, hold Nuololokai, let's turn back to the east. That's 2 Cathedral 22.
There are quite a few sea caves along the coast too. If you look straight down our right, you might have seen it already, but there's a circular cave called the Open Ceiling Cave. That is one of many of those smaller boats that take you inside of when it's calm. And then kind of speaking of caves, you see more of that tunnel through the rock at Honopu Beach. On that Kalalau Beach below those cathedrals, I mentioned the long trail to hike there. Not only is it 22 miles round trip, but it's often ranked in the top 10 most dangerous hikes on Earth. Thus not for everyone, but people hike in there every day unless the weather's severe. And then they'll camp there potentially up to 5 nights with the right permit. cliffs. You can see some parts of the trail, kind of way down low where the foliage ends and the tiny red line.
I got you. We're right back.
Sometimes see people hiking out there too, but you can just appreciate there's not much there.
Yes, Chris kind of did sound surprised earlier.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think it's because you moved all the way up to blue so quick, so I think that's why, which is good for you.
It's the White House of helicopters.
Well, you made it.
The mouth of the valley, Hanalei Beach, that's the first 2-mile mark of the Kauai Trail. So before it gets particularly dangerous, wonderful day hike to go in there. Definitely not a safe swimming beach with the currents and waves, but quite a view there.
Okay, this one's for Gabby.
Right on the corner here would be Kauai Beach. That's where the road ends and the big trail begins. A little S-turn off of it here. But Apple, how long you guys lived in Oahu?
We've been there for 3 years.
Okay, you like it though?
Yeah, we love it over
Pretty
there.
nice, cool. You got your Hawaii ID?
Yes.
All right, well, that'll get you some places
Yeah.
more easily, especially this part. So residents just drive up there, but otherwise, you know, visitors, you got to book some reservations. The parking reservation, you normally need to book 30 days ahead within about 10 seconds. But alternatively, the shuttles are a bit easier to get. Leave from Kauai leave from Hanalei and Princeville.
We still off Kauai straight through.
But yeah, this time of the year, fun to go up there and just swim or snorkel, enjoy the view, obviously the nice trail. Yeah, and then with the big winter swells, probably not going to be getting in the water there that time of the year.
Dreams really do come true. Someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney.
Up to the North Shore, this will be Tunnels Beach next to us. So the parking area for Tunnels is just by the right wingtip. A little bit of a walk out to that point where the reef is. That's a beautiful view out there as well as the snorkeling potential. And across the road from the parking lot, that's where there's a cave you can even walk around inside. That's pretty cool. And sometimes call that one the dry cave.
Oh, why can't well, I see trees of green and red roses too. I'll watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people passing by. I see
12 onshore, right turn for Luma High.
singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them go. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere.
Just up to the center of the North Shore, really. Crossing onshore at Lumahai Beach, you have the Hanalei Bay to our left. About 2 miles of beaches through it. Hanalei town on the inland side, lots of shops and restaurants. Princeville across the way, the quieter resort community, but excellent beach out by the pier where some of those boats are moored. You got calm water, a nice sandy bottom, beautiful postcard views of the mountains. That one was recently ranked the best beach in Hawaii by Hawaii Magazine, at least.
351, low shuttle south. 14. Hill, air staff. Yeah, back in Hanapep is about 28, couple spots. That's what you do for me.
Flooded fields down by Hanalei. That's where they grow taro, the root vegetable that's so infamously made into poi. But various other things to include chips and fries and rolls as well. About 60% of the whole state of Hawaii is taro grown in this general area below. A little bit closer via these big mountains you'd see from the beach at Hanalei. So this tall one ahead of us is sometimes mistaken for Waialeale, but this is called Namolokama, just over 4,400 feet tall. Has that big waterfall out of the clouds in the middle called Waiole Falls. Really neat, more than 3,000 feet high.
Mike 12 by saddle south.
South call out, dropping.
Hanalei River Valley. This goes up the middle of the island. Yeah, and it's all public land, but no roads go through it. Only one long hiking trail to the east along those power lines. But as we fly the valley, keep an eye out some of these lower sections. You'll see a few more waterfalls. Now, the lower ones are kind of always there, whereas some of the higher marks or scars up the mountains that look like they should be waterfalls typically just show up temporarily after some heavier rain.
Runway ready to the north wall. Stay up, 32. Hold short to structure, 36, air south.
Crater north wall with my man Josh ahead.
It's all yours, we're heading out.
Coming on in.
It's a very green everywhere. You see why they call it the Garden Island, that bright lime green that covers even the steep mountain sides. Those are largely thousands of ferns. Many types of ferns are native, but a surprising majority of the real famous plant life in Hawaii today is not native. Like pineapples are brought here from South America originally, macadamia nuts from Australia, things like taro, breadfruit, and coconuts brought with the earliest Polynesians. They likely came here from the Marquesas Islands, almost 2,500 miles to the southeast. And by some estimates, their arrival even more than 1,000 years ago. Right up to the heart of the island now. This is Waialeale next to us. I mentioned before, one of the rainiest places on Earth on top, so still in the clouds up there. Just beyond this next ridge, you'll see into the sheer walls of Waialeale crater. And these climb straight up more than 5,000 feet high. And eventually reach the summit area called Kabekini, 5,243 feet high.
Whitehall 3.3 at the crater north wall. I got you coming out, Steve. I'll stay above you.
Hanalei, red 5. Hey Marcus, I got you.
All right.
Where is my love, Kamalani? Please answer me, Kamalani. Pukaninui, Pukaninui.
3,000 taxi. Use caution for birds in the vicinity of the airport. And by
here in this
you have
paradise.
tire information, Quebec 235.
Please come to me.
4013.
Come on,
Weather better than 5005. Temperature 29.
when nights are still.
Altimeter 3004. ILS and visual approaches.
You can hear the voice of
Out to the east, lots more of these flat-topped trees. Kind of look like broccoli from up here. Those are found throughout Hawaii today. Brought from Indonesia, early 1900s. Apparently something to do with erosion control during the sugarcane days. But great to look at. Just very, very invasive because of how quickly they can grow. Almost an inch per day even. So some areas further ahead, they cut those trees down. They'll burn them for electricity. And then replant with these organized fields below us of Australian eucalyptus trees. Those are simply grown for renewable energy.
Fort Saddle, Blue 51.
Please come to me, come alani. When nights are still, come alani. You can hear the voice of Ukaninui.
Hey, good afternoon, Tower Southwest 3240, 4000 descending, ILS 35. Southwest 3240, Lily Tower, runway 35, go on. 35, clear to land, Southwest 3240. 274, heading 040, and contact ACS Center. Have a good flight, we'll see you. 040, CF,
Lily Tower, wings 12 inbound north of Lakes for the Falls, Quebec.
Wings 12, Lily Tower, report leaving the falls.
Report leaving the Falls, wings 12.
You hear the sound of his voice. Here in this paradise. Come on.
Ahead of us, the east shore of the island, almost all beaches. Kauai has the most beach per area of all the islands, and about 50% of all the shoreline here, natural beach. A fun bicycle trail. You can rent bikes in a few places and just cruise right along the ocean out there, or kayak up this kayak up this Wailua River below us, right near Sleeping Giant.
The helicopter in the Airvan, Jack 3, thank you, sir.
And then just down the south fork of Wailua River, one last set of waterfalls by the right wingtip, 183-foot tall Wailua Falls.
Tower Blue 51 South.
Yeah, from where you park the car, you end up on the side of them. And we get this nice head-on view. We'll sometimes see 3 falls. It's just been dry enough lately. Kind of see the 2 big ones right now.
And Blue Midpack, good on into taxi gate. Watch out for Jack coming toward you. Keep my eye out for Jack. Midpad's clear to land. Blue 51. I have Jack inside 51. Roger. Venture 2, taxi park, you'll be a Delta Cross, runway 3.
Delta Cross 3 to park, Venture 2.
Wings 12 leaving the Falls.
Wings 12, proceed to left base, runway 35, runway 35, good on.
To the left base, clear to land 35, wings 12.
Heading back towards Lihue ahead. Actually the second largest city on island by population. It often seems like the biggest, but Kapa'a is slightly larger at 11,000 residents. Lihue is more like 9,000. The entire island, some 72,000 residents. And then on a normal year, we'll see about 1.2 million visitors, making Kauai the 4th most visited island. In that regard, Oahu is most visited, followed by Maui, Big Island, and then Kauai.
Lily Tower, wings 11, hold the short runway 3, cars point departure. Wings 11, hold short runway 3. Hold the short runway 3, wings 11.
slowly making our way back into land at the airport. Make sure you got those seat belts fastened one more time.
Wings 11, runway 3 clear for takeoff, and right turn up, course point approved. Just take it offshore, you got the company coming in on all space.
Runway 3 clear for takeoff, right turn approved, and I'll take it over the ocean, wing 11. Jack 3 clear, airspace.
Jack 3, bring turn approved, we'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit, Jack 3.
She's caution. Join the harbor. Best man an Airvan on the go. Runway 3.
Jack 14 behind the Airvan, cross 3 to the harbor.
Alaska 3240, hold short runway 3, Bravo. Correction, Southwest 3240. Right turn on Bravo. Can you make that right turn?
Yeah, I can make that right, Southwest 3240.
Roger, just hold short runway 3.
Alright, holding short true, Southwest 3240. Bravo Alpha to park monitor ground Southwest 3240. Louis Tower 1 303 inbound visual 35.
Line 303 Louis Tower, runway 35, come on.
35, clear to land, line 303.
Wings 12 left on Delta and cross runway 3, give way to Southwest and out to the park.
Delta cross 3, giving way to Southwest, wings 12.